When I came to the US, my first culture shock was the American food. My host family showed their hospitality through cooking their favorite grilled cheese sandwich. I appreciated that, but on the other hand, my tongue was overwhelmed by the intense flavor of cheese. I remember how excited I was when I took a bite of the crispy toast, then the next second, something in my mouth just didn't feel right. I swallowed, and the grilled cheese felt like glue. My digestive system immediately rejected this salty and semi-liquid food, and the sandwich was so slippery that I couldn't even feel it in my stomach. At the same time, the unique, weird flavor of cheese lasted in my mouth. That was the most creepy experience with food I've had. Although I do agree many American foods are enjoyable, such as mac and cheese, chips, and steak, but the style of all those foods were so different from what I'm used to, and they never remind me of home. Last year, every time at the kitchen table, my cravings for authentic Asian food increased exponentially with time. Both the eagerness for Chinese food and the frustrations I met in social life made my homesickness appear more often. When I had an awful mood, I would think of all the comforting dishes my mother cooked and hope that summer could arrive soon. But the coronavirus changed everything. The pandemic stopped a lot of flights and I had to stay in the US for that summer. From the moment I knew this, I couldn't see anything to look forward to the near future. My homesickness reached its maximum, but I couldn't return home in at least 2 years. The concept of not returning home equals to unhappiness invaded my mind. But then I thought, if I couldn't relieve my homesickness through actually flying back, why not try to make myself feel at home by cooking some real Chinese food? Overall, those food brought me emotional satisfaction, right? So I started to cook for the first time and hoped that would make me feel better. Though I had difficulty cutting the food into cubes or thin slices in the beginning, with more practice, I was able to make noodles, Chinese bread, and even food for traditional holidays. Every time I started to eat, my body was excited by the familiar taste which I hadn't tried for months. I had a new identity, the youngest chef in the house. I was delighted since I found a new way to cope with stress and I could treat myself with the food I enjoyed.